Good morning, my lovely, lovely Libras, cross watchers, and channel fans. It is Laurie. I'm here to do your daily message for you. We are going to start with an oracle message from the sacred forest. While I shuffle, I want to say hello to each and every one of you. I appreciate you being here. I hope you are all doing well, happy, healthy, and having some fun. All right, let's see what your oracle message is for today. Oh, that one wants to stay. Wild Rose Fairy. It's about love, and love comes in many, many forms. Romantic, familial, between, you and neighbors. All right, card 47, which is the number 11, which the 11th card in the tarot deck is the card of justice, Libra energy. Let me just reference the book real quick to see what the sacred forest message is here, because I feel like there's more than what I want to say about this. All right, so it says here, the spirit of the wild rose says, you are more cherished than you could possibly know. Open your heart to receive, because love is on its way. It actually is all around you. You are an eternal vessel for love to flow through. You are enough, okay? But you may be blocking yourself, and that's what I was kind of looking for, is what confirmation that maybe you are blocking love, or actually not even recognizing that there is love all around you. It's just not the romantic love that you think you need. All right, so keep that in mind. Let's put that there. All right, so you could be blocking yourself from receiving what you want, or just not recognizing that you actually have what you really need. Okay, and I think that's the difference here for today, is the difference between wanting and needing. All right, let's go ahead and we'll put that right up there for you. All right, let's get into your tarot message and see what more we can learn. All right, you've got the Empress to start. Beautiful message there. You've got Temperance. The Six of Swords. Beautiful message coming out so far. Nine of Swords. Oh, look at that, double nines. Nine of Cups in your immediate future. This is beautiful. You've got the Eight of Wands. You've got the Sun card. You've got the Five of Wands. Justice, there it is. And see, that's what you don't see coming. All right. And you have the Hermit as your outcome. We're going to get 3 cards to clarify that outcome. What am I trying to do here? I want to move these cards up just a little bit so that you can see them better. And I do apologize for the glare. I'm in a different room. I'm trying to work things out. Unfortunately, the lighting is horrible in here. I need to paint the walls. I think that's a little better. All right. So, like I said, you've got the Empress here in your overall energy creation, receiving, open to receiving. She is the ultimate receptor of love, okay? She's open to being admired and adored by others, but she also does not require it. Ooh, that's the big issue right there. It's not something that she has to have. She just knows it's there. She doesn't have to go seeking it, and she doesn't have to have it. She feels complete on her own, whether or not she is having others around her adoring her, bowing to her, telling her how beautiful she is. And I don't care if you're a male or a female. We're talking about the Empress here. All right. So your overall energy is realizing these things, coming to terms with these things, understanding that you are fine on your own. Are you seeking love? Yes, definitely. But not forcing it. You're not forcing it. And your challenge or obstacle here is the balance, temperance, being patient. You're in between where you were and where you are headed. Okay, so hang in there. Things will be getting better. This is your challenge right here, though, is to keep yourself level-headed, to keep your emotions in check as you go through this, not to allow sadness or fear. I mean, you have fear here in your actual foundation. So I'm going to say that that's probably what is going on for most of you, is a sense of, I'm going to be alone forever. I don't want to, the fear factor, the fear that comes up when we try, or when we look for those things outside of ourselves, such as love. Love yourself, and then love finds you. I know it sounds cliche, and I know it sounds woo-woo, but it's true, okay? Time has tested this, and it has proven itself true. When we do not seek something, when we actively know it's going to come to us, when it's meant for it to happen to us, it happens, okay? Time has proven that. All right, so here, what's on your mind? You want things to be easier. You need someone to protect you. These are the things you're thinking, okay? This is not what is. These are the things that you're thinking. And I'm getting here that you want things to move forward. You're trying to find peace, but you feel like somebody is crossing you, blocking you, keeping you from achieving what you want. And you know what? You're correct. It's you. You're the one blocking yourself from receiving what you're looking for. You're hiding from yourself. You're hiding from yourself. Take your power back. Don't put your happiness or anything else in anybody else's hands. Now, there's certain things you can't control, but if you're happy or not, that's up to you. All right. So you are looking for an easier time moving forward. You want to be happy. You may not know what's coming, but you're moving forward. So that's a blessing. You're willing to move forward. All right. So here and that was the Six of Swords in your position of what's on your mind concerning this reading. You have the Nine of Swords here as your foundation, and that tells me you are afraid, you're fearful, you're having nightmares, you're staying up too late at night, you're not taking care of yourself. Now, I'm not going to delve into that because you know what kind of energies you're having. You may have been having nightmares that kind of, it has to do with the past, is what I'm hearing. Like situations from your past that were good relationships or bad relationships are coming up in your dreams. Some of those dreams are leaving you feeling fearful when you wake up, and you're not quite sure. You're not quite sure exactly what's causing that feeling in the pit of your stomach. Like you're waking up and you're going, okay, that was a horrible dream, but it shouldn't be leaving me feeling like this. So it's almost like something in your dream happened, yet you're blocking it. You're blocking yourself from knowing it. And that's tying back into the Six of Swords here. Interesting. It's you blocking yourself from admitting a truth, okay? Something that makes you, it's probably a shadow thing. It's probably a feeling that you've done something in the past that you've done. You can't judge yourself. All you can do is accept that it happened and say, okay, that happened. And if it was really bad, I'm never going to do that again. I'm going to try never to ever do that again. All right. But be gentle on yourself. Okay. Sorry about that. All right. We were discussing blocking shadow effects, something that you don't want to admit to yourself, being compassionate with yourself. In your position here of the immediate future, something, it looks like you figure it out and you deal with your emotions. You deal with that shadow aspect. And this literally opens the floodgates for happiness, for joy, for you to recognize where the love is coming from. This right here is peaceful. It's joyful, though. It's happiness. It's comfort. It's ease. And I do hear that it's because you, whatever this is that you're like not quite able to put your finger on, you do. You finally get it. You put your thumb on it and you're like, that's it. I know how to move forward from here. I know how to deal with those emotions. I know what to do going forward. Beautiful energy. And that brings you self-satisfaction, peace, and comfort. It's almost like here's where your Empress energy really kicked in, where you don't have to look outside yourself. Where all of a sudden you're like, why was I doing that? Why was I forcing that? Why did I do that? And then you're like, okay, I did it because, and now I'm not going to do it. Here's the solution. All right, you've got the 8 of Wands here in your past energy. Tells me that something from the past came forward. You understood it. You dealt with it. It could have been a conversation, because we have Swords and Wands now. And the 8 of Wands is about communication, and Swords are all about conversations, thoughts, words, ideas. And see, because it is here with the 5 of Swords or 5 of Wands right next to it, I am getting that this was something that was conflicting. It was challenging. You were learning to grow through this, okay? Again, we're in Saturn return, and if you're old enough like I am to have already had a Saturn in your astrology chart at, 29 years old or so, or at any point, this could be that energy of things coming back around that we're being asked, did we learn the lesson from it? And it looks like you have. It looks like this challenge, this conflict, you finally are going to make peace with it. It's funny. They say with age comes wisdom. Well, there is absolute truth to that, but only if we are willing to open ourselves up to dealing with our actual existence. If we put blinders on, then we can be ignorant the whole existence we're here on planet Earth. But definitely those of us who take the time to think things through, process, deal with, and don't just blindly go off into the night thinking everything is hunky-dory all the time, or it's someone else's fault, you gain wisdom. You learn from those experiences. And life does become much easier once we accept ourselves and our shadow side. Here in your position of how you feel like you're going to deal with this, clearly, honestly, openly, you're ready to have some fun. You're ready to let go. You are so done with whatever fearful energy you had. You are ready to move on. You're ready to be happy. And it looks to me like you are going to be. All right. What's your environment offering up? Lessons. Lots and lots of lessons. You are probably going to go through this now repeatedly over the next months or years, where everything that happens to you that feels like a challenge, you may be saying and questioning, why do I feel this way? What's going on here? And that is wonderful. That is beautiful. But just be prepared, because you are going to be dealing with challenges, okay? Keep in mind, once you process those challenges and get through them, you tend not to have to deal with that type of challenge again. And when those types of challenges do come up, okay, it's a much shorter period of time that you have to deal with it. So something that maybe you've been dealing with for 20 years and you can't figure out, why does this not work for me? What am I doing wrong? You finally realize it's something inside of you. Even though you keep asking, why, what am I doing wrong? You're not asking yourself, what is it that I'm doing? Okay, so there's a fine line there. You're not really acknowledging what you are doing, okay? You're just using the words. But once you delve deeper into that and really realize this is something I'm doing, it's something I'm choosing, all right, then you deal with it. Well, guess what? In the future, it's not going to take you 20 years when something like this comes up. You're going to be like, oh, wait a minute, I spent 20 years dealing with it. Nope. I know and recognize that right away. Red flags, let me move on, okay? Whatever the situation is, it's always that way. All right, so here in the unknown is justice. The scales are balanced. If you're seeking something, it's seeking you and it finds you. Look at this. With the Hermit energy as your outcome, definitely a new path. You're looking over the past and finding a new path to take. You're not living in the way it was. You clarifying that Hermit, and your outcome is the Ace of Swords, the Four of Swords, and the Page of Cups. Now, I have to point out, in this Six of Swords here, in your position of what's on your mind, I kept noticing there were 4 swords back there, and we have 2 here. And I remember saying that you feel like someone is blocking you, and that's what that 2 of Swords was saying. But the 4 of Swords, I didn't say it out loud, but I kept feeling like wanting to make peace with this, but you feel like someone's blocking you, okay? And you can't. You can't make peace of it until you figure out what's blocking you. And here you are figuring it out. Here you are making peace with the situation, okay? The 4 of Swords here in your outcome. And then you've got that Page of Cups, and you're looking at your life more creatively. Oh, how can I move past this? What can I do now? Where can I go? I'm also getting an offer of love, okay? If you are seeking love, you're going to find it in the form that you need, not the form that you want. If you are desperately seeking a romantic partnership, you're not going to find that. What you're going to find is a pet who adores you unconditionally, a friend who thinks that you are just awesome and wants to spend time with you and makes you feel good, and you feel the same way about them, okay? You are not going to find, when you're desperate for something, you are not going to find what you want. Spirit can help you bring what you need, though. All right, so there is love all around you. I do feel like there will be an offer of some sort of friendship, of family. Let's get together again. Let's build up our relationship. I just feel like whatever it is, you make peace with your shadow side here, and you may be saying to yourself, you know what, maybe I was the one disrupting. Maybe I'm blocking love from coming into me in any of its forms. Friends, lovers, family. What am I doing? What am I contributing to this? Is there something I could do differently? And you make peace with your shadow side. Yeah, you definitely do. See, this is taking the ego out of that situation. All right, we're going to go on to an angel number here and finish with a letter dice. So if you're seeking love, it's there in all of its different forms. You do break through. You do have a breakthrough here. You figure it out, what you're doing, what you're dealing with, what's blocking you. And it's something within you, okay? That blockage is completely internal. It is not somebody else's fault. It is you. It's within you. Something that you are holding on to. But you're about to break through and be open to receiving. 0220, act on your ideas. You have the benefit of good fortune. And if you use your judgment wisely, you can do anything. In this place, in this space, in this time, you can reach new heights. Act on your potential when you see the pattern, okay? Since what you plant, what you put out there is going to grow. Whatever you're seeking, it's going to seek you too. You are about to experience a spectacular spectacular ascent. Beautiful message there. We'll put that right next to our thoughtful cherub and move on to the letter dice. Yuri, Young, Yeomans, Yasmin, the color yellow. Oh, somebody yellow. This is a very not happy yellow. This is a sickly yellow, melancholy yellow. Sam, Missy, Remy, Romalade, Rex, Axel. I don't know. Quillian, Felicity, Flag, Fleurette. It's like the word flower in French. Ed, Ernie, Ezra, Limey, Salami, or maybe it's the meat. I think it's somebody's name though. Mallory, Malachi, Mimi, Denman, Dahlia, Dale, Lily, Lisa. Rhymes, R-I-M-E-S, Simmons, Simone, Sally, Malloy, Dolly, Assyria. That's coming out with like a Y, Assyria. Different. All right. Reese, R-E-E-S-E, Reese, Mary, Glenda, Gary, Gerard, McClellan, Max, Winters, Wyvern, Tessa, Teresa, Ruth, Devin, Mazzy, Lizette, Raymond, Ramon. I think I said Ezra already. It's coming through very strongly again. Jazzy, Gemma, all right, and Roger, Redmond. All right, that's what I've got for you guys. Have a beautiful day. Bye.